I'm just trying to instill those values in them that it just won't be on the court. It'll also be off the court. These are my seniors. I'm letting them know, hey, this is your last stop. What you gonna do? So that's pretty much it.
So, what's that schedule like, right? I know it's tough coming in, having to set a schedule real quick on the fly.
Oh, it was tough.
I
It was
know it.
tough reaching out to coaches. A lot of people's schedules were filled up, so we
Mm.
kind of had to get in where we could fit in. Sometimes, like some weeks, we may have 3 games a week. Some
Oh
weeks
wow.
we may have two. So it's varying, but I think we're gonna be okay. I have a squad that's hey, they willing to ride for me, and I'm riding for them. So I think
Right.
it's gonna be good. But
So who's on that schedule that you look forward to? Do you have any upcoming tournaments, preseason tournaments, Christmas tournaments that you're attending?
well, of course, we always looking forward to playing our rival Jemison.
Mm-hmm.
That's a
Mm-hmm.
big thing, the North
Right.
Side Classic,
Right.
But we have some tournaments. Well, we have the Border Wars Classic in Athens. That's after Christmas. I think that's the 29th and the 30th. And then we also are going to this MLK tournament in Orlando. So we are definitely looking forward to that. We're gonna handle business first, but we're gonna have fun after. We gotta hit a Universal Studio. We gotta hit somewhere. So yeah.
So, ladies, talk about that. Hey, taking a trip to Orlando, right? What's that going to be like? We understand it's a business trip, right? It's got to be a business trip. But how excited are y'all to go play on the national stage like that?
I'm excited. I'm excited. I mean, I am trying to. So it's like a lot of different talent, a lot of different game, different plans to go down there and play a different style of basketball. I'm excited.
Same thing, Ree.
I'm excited to play anywhere. I just want to play. Like I just want to play. But yeah, we got to take care of business first and then go have fun.
That's it. So, Coach, last words. Like, what can the audience, what can the people that are out there watching right now, what can they expect from the League Generals this season?
We coming. We
Mm.
coming. We're not gonna lay down. We working hard. We got a point to prove. Like they say, we the underdogs. People underestimate me because I'm a first time head coach, but I got experience. And I got a great staff, a really, really, really great staff. But we coming. Just get ready.
There it is. Well, Coach, great luck on the season. And again, thank y'all for taking your time to come out here with us today.
Thank you so much.
There it is. And we will be right back from the second annual iBall Radio North Alabama Media Day, having a little technical difficulties, but we're going to get those straightened out. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back after this.
Realize who I am now, Brandon.
They got it.
And we're back here from the second annual iBall Radio North Alabama Media Day, and we're up with the next program, and that is the Mae Jemison Jaguars and Coach Brandon Jones. Coach, kind of introduce who you got here with you today.
All right, today I got sophomore guard Dariana Petway, sophomore guard Jaden Vega, guard Jayla Gambria.
So, Coach, this is your second year at Media Day. Kind of talk about some of your expectations going into this season.
Just doing much better than we did last year, and I had two more star for sophomore freshmen and sophomores now starting for us. He asked fourth game of the season, so we missed her a lot. She's been a 4-year starter, a 3-year starter on varsity, and she'll start for us this year. So we're excited to get her back and get going.
So, talk about it. You got, like you say, you got two sophomore guards. How are you getting them to implement what you want to do every single day coming into practice and going into the season?
I think just ripping it out, man. Ripping it out. We actually gonna start 4 sophomores in the senior right here. So just ripping out. Luckily, those 4 sophomores all started last year as freshmen also. So they have a lot more experience, ready to go. But just coming in every day, setting the standard, setting the tone, and not bending on that. They know what I want. They played for me in middle school, so they know what I'm looking for. But just them growing individually and then us growing as a team.
So, you know, with last year's gone, right? Brand new year. Kind of talk about how you instilled that new system to these girls to let them know, hey, what happened last year is a thing of the past. You were young last year. You can't be considered young this year. And then you got a senior coming back from injury. Kind of talk about what your message has been in the preseason.
Just stay holding them accountable to the highest level. You know what I mean? Just making sure they held accountable. On them about everything. I'm on them about the way they walk, the way they talk, the way they move, tucking in your shirt tails for practice because you got to have your shirt tails tucked in. No jury out there, jury in practice. Just on them about the little things and just trying to get more detail than we did last year. I think that's the difference from last year and this year. Just getting more detail and making sure we take care of the little things, the small things that matter so much in the big games.
So, to my two sophomore guards, what's it like playing for Coach, right? What's it like being, hey, I'm starting to understand what Coach wants, and this is how I'm going to implement what he's trying to tell me.
It's easy, but like at the same time, you got to be disciplined.
Same thing. Don't put your head down. Don't try to hide from it.
I feel like it's so simple actually, because he pressures you to be more than what you are and put that pressure on you because he expects more than what you actually are, and he wants you to be great in life. So he put that pressure on you every day, so they no matter what the circumstances is.
So, being a senior, missing last season with an injury, what's the standard for Mae Jemison?
I really just us to play hard every game, like play like our last, especially since I'm playing. I'm gonna push them as much as I can, especially since I'm leaving next year.
So, what as the senior, what are you telling those young people? You got 4 sophomores starting on the court with you. How are you going to lead them this season?
Just lift their head up every time they get down, push them because I know that they're good. So I'm push them harder every day. They're practicing during the game.
So, Coach, how are you going to lean on that senior? Like you say, you got 4 sophomores, 1 senior. How are you going to lean on that senior, even though she missed a lot of time last year, right? How are you going to lean on her going into the season?
So it's crazy. She been with me the longest. When I first started at McNair Middle School, she was my first girl I coached at McNair. Wow. So she been with me the longest. And you talking about creating a player and what you want to be. I created that little girl to everything she is. Like we went and created that player. So she know exactly what I want. They might tell you she's my favorite, but it is. She's been with me the longest. So, and she's my favorite because she come to work. She come to practice every day. She don't miss. She on time. She work hard, and I can take her to war. So, we have this thing in the world where coaches shouldn't have favorites. Well, coaches do have favorites. So they favor the ones who do everything that they need them to do. So she is one of my favorites. But just she knows exactly what I want. She knows what I expect. She know when it's getting hard, what she needs to do. She knows she's going to go guard the other team best man every night. She knows I want her diving on the floor. So she knows all the little things that we talk about that maybe they haven't got yet. She already know those things. And with that, I think she'll get us past where we need to go.
This question is for all the ladies. What's it like playing for Coach Jones, right? We hear him say this, the standards being set. What's it like on a daily basis going into practice every single day? And what is he telling y'all? You don't got to give up your secrets, but how is he pushing you every single day?
By like going over plays, like constantly going over plays. Like every time we mess up, we have to go back and do it again. Stuff like that.
I feel like it's not the same thing every time, so you don't know what you expect to go in practice. So you can learn something new, learn something the same, but still you got to be on top of your game because he gonna get on you, like he said, for every little thing. Because this is just can't get comfortable. You gotta be uncomfortable in comfortable situation. That's what he tell us.
Same thing Vega and Dariana said. He just pushes us to our limits. Like, and he's very caring. Like, you can come to practice not in the mood, and then he just makes you in the mood.
So, and that's it, Coach. Like, a lot of people say when you got a young team, it's a lot of different things that you can implement and can't implement, right? How are you approaching it on a daily basis?
Just making sure, understanding their needs and wants. We have this thing before we walk in the gym. I high five each one of them and ask them, is anything going on that day? Because some days it's different, right? We're dealing with young ladies who have different things, right? So we want to make sure that their head in it and their brain in it, because I expect 120. And if this a day, if it's that type of day, then maybe you can't give me 120. But now I know. So now I know how to approach you and know how to handle you. But just ensuring every day we come in with the right mindset, ready to work, leaving what happened in the school in the school. This should be a sanctuary down here. We should have fun. We should be ready to play and learn about what we need to do for the day.
So, talk about the schedule, Coach. What you guys got coming up? Like, what are some of the standouts? Do you have any preseason tournaments, Christmas tournaments that you're gonna be taking these ladies to?
It's crazy. I talked to the boys coach the other day, and man, the schedule is just so brutal this year. We play every 7, 18, and I'm that type of guy. I'm going to play the smoke. We either gonna win or lose. Either way it go, we gonna be there. We got Bradley Central this year, one of the top teams in the country in Chattanooga. We're going to play them the Saturday after Thanksgiving. We're going to play in She Got Game in Atlanta, and we're going to the Cherokee Invitational in North Carolina. So we going out there. I'm gonna put them out there to play. Like I said, we'll start four sophomores and four sophomores and a senior, and we have a freshman who will play varsity too. So just making sure they get that experience and making sure they going to see a different caliber and type of basketball. You know what I mean? It's great basketball around here, but I think that prepares you to come back and play Hazel Greens and Bob Joneses and Lees and Columbia's and Grissom's and everybody in your area. You know what I mean? So we're gonna play a tough schedule. Game is hard to win this year, so don't judge us by the wins and losses. Judge us by the strength of schedule.
All right, Coach. Quick question. So we know that Coach Jones has standards and values. So this year's team, what's the motto or mantra that you're kind of hanging your hat on this year? What's that one-liner that you just keep going to and drilling in their head?
So last year we was changed, right? We wanted to just change everything about what people had to thought about Jemison, but this year we just who cares, work harder. Don't nobody care. Just work harder. Who cares about this or who cares? Don't nobody care, work harder. So that's just what we lean on. Every day we in practice with who cares, work harder.
To the players, it's the last one to y'all. What y'all rocking this year? What the feet look like? Coach making y'all wear a team shoe? Are y'all going out on your own and doing your own thing? What y'all gonna have on your feet this year?
So some of us got like the same shoes, and then he got us some team shoes.
All right, listen, that's what I was like. I don't know about the team.
Some of us do got some own shoes of ours, or some of us do got the same type of pair, but they the same color. Like we got some Kobe's, some people got some Aja ones, some John Morant's, but we do got a pair of white Ja2s for a team.
Yeah.
I saw those.
Coach, he's stepping in your budget, coach. He getting in your budget.
So I like to give them a little freedom. So my thing is, so I buy them all. This is the first year we did it. Money look a little different now too. Now, right? So this year for home games, I bought them just all white jaws. But so we buy a royal shoe. You can buy any shoe you want as long as it's in a colorway, right? So that gives them their little freedom too. So some of them got Kobe, some of them got jaws, some of them got A1s. Some of them got all different GT cuts. They got all different. You just got to be in the colorway. So it gives you kind of what you want in your freedom, but also gives me what I want and just staying in the colorway. And just for the varsity team, I bought them all white shoes just so we have 2 pair. I believe in Hooper should have 3 pair of shoes: a practice shoe, a home shoe, and a away shoe. So for the varsity team, I did that, and JV team they just wear their royal shoe.
Well, there it is, Coach, man. I want to thank you guys for coming out today, man, and wish you luck on the season. And, of course, we'll be tuning in.
I appreciate you guys.
No doubt. And there it is, man. Mae Jemison here from the 2nd annual iBall Radio North Alabama Media Day. And we're back here from the iBall Radio second annual North Alabama Media Day. And we're here with another program. And today we have the Columbia High School with Coach Marcus McCall and the two Michaelas hanging out with us today. Coach, starting off, man, kind of tell us what are some of the expectations you have going into this season? You can. Working now? All right, and we're back. Sorry about that technical difficulty. And Coach, ask that question again. What are some of your expectations going into this season?
Well, we always set our expectations high, whether we reach we reach that platform or not. We set them high. But our goals are to come out and just be competitive. We want to put ourselves in a situation where we're right there. And you're doing that. Whether you're winning that game or not, you have the opportunity. And so that's what we want to do. We want to place ourselves in a competitive situation. We want to place ourselves in a situation where we have opportunities to win. And eventually, if you're doing that and you're doing that enough, things are going to go in your favor. And so that's what that's the biggest thing that we're looking for going from last year to this year. We were in we had a lot of opportunities to win, and we for whatever reason we couldn't pull it out last year. We couldn't finish the deal, and so we didn't have any seniors last year on our team. But I'm not going to make an excuse for that because we still had enough. We had enough size, enough speed, enough talent to get the job done, but we just didn't. So now going into this year, we have three seniors. These two here, the two Michaelas, and another senior. And so with a little bit more experience, a little bit more focus and concentration, we're looking to finish the deal and be competitive on the court, be competitive record-wise, and just all the way across the board.
So this question, I'm gonna call y'all by your last name. Is that cool? Because so for Bradley, how about that? What are some of your expectations going into this season?
I really just have two main expectations, kind of what Coach said, go out and be competitive, be more competitive than we were last year, and have a better season than we did last year.
So to the other Michaela, Miss White, being a senior, right? What are some of the things that you're gonna do to help lead your team this upcoming season?
I'm gonna try to help when some people don't know where to be at or having trouble during practice or in the game. I'm gonna help them get to where they need to be and just lead them kind of.
And Coach, like you say, going through a season last year where you had no seniors, right? So that means you got experience coming back this year. Kind of talk about how that's been going into the season so far.
Well, kind of piggybacking on what she just said. Coach can't do everything. Coach needs help. And that's what I tell them. I told them that yesterday in practice. I'm going to put a lot on them this year to do what she just said. You know, you got a junior under you, you got a sophomore under you, you got a freshman under you. I need them to be talking to those girls and putting them in place. You know, some of these things that I say are repetitive. You know, so what I mean when I say that is, at this point now, with them being seniors, they should be able to finish my sentences.
Mhm.
They've heard this stuff for 4 years, and so you know, after I tell a freshman or a sophomore or a junior something, I need them to go back and double back and tell them the same thing. If like we talked about with this practice going on here, if I'm if I'm in the office, or I had to run down to the front office or something like that to do something, but they've got some kind of drill going on, I don't need, the team fooling around and playing around and this, that, and the other. Somebody's got to, hold the team accountable, and that's what I'm expecting these two young ladies to do. They're good girls. They're good girls. They're respectable girls. And I always say they're too nice. And I tell them, if we want to get some wins, we're gonna have to get a little ugly. We're gonna have to get a little mean, not only with the other team, but sometimes we're gonna have to do that with one another. You only get better when you make yourself uncomfortable. You make other people uncomfortable. If we just do things the same way, and there's no sense of urgency and all that kind of stuff, nothing's gonna change for us. So it's okay to hurt somebody's feelings as long as we're doing it in the right way. Tell them, hey, you're not hustling. Hey, you're not, because they don't always need to hear that from me. If they hear it from me, then it's just me picking on them. But if they hear it from other players and this, that, and the other, then they look around, they say, well, coach told me this. Assistant coach told me this. One of the seniors said, well, maybe I'm not doing it right. Maybe I'm not hustling. So I'm gonna put some extra pressure on these young ladies, and I'm gonna be a little mean to them at times. And I want them to know right now that I love them, and it ain't nothing personal. But at the end of the day, we're here to get wins, and we want this experience for them to be a good experience, to where 5 years down the road, 10 years down the road, they can say, hey, I like Coach McCall. I love Coach McCall. He was trying to do the right things, and we had fun doing it because we all had the same goals. We all had the same vision, and we were working towards it. Whether we reached it or not, we put our best foot forward, and everybody was on the same page, going in the same direction. So that's what we're looking for. And if we can do those things right there, like I said, we'll come. We may not have the best record. We may not be 28-2 or anything like that, but it will be, moral victories for us, and we can feel good about what we've done, because we know at the end of the day, whatever it was we finished at, we did the best that we could possibly do.
And I'm gonna say MB. Can I call you MB? There it is. So hearing your coach say that, right? Hearing him say he's gonna hold you accountable for not only helping out with the team, but also being an extension of him on the court. What are some of the things that you're doing and going to do to make sure that happens?
I'm definitely going to be trying to be more of a leader, trying to be more outspoken, trying to help the younger girls get into places if they have trouble, have just be someone that they can come to for help whenever they need it.
And same thing, M Dub, is that cool? M Dub, MB, M Dub. So how are you gonna how are you doing that to instill that, to make sure that everybody's on the same page at all times?
So when we're playing around during practice, I'm gonna tell everybody to stop playing around and actually lock in, so we can take what coach is teaching us and apply it to.
So what is it like playing for coach though, right? On a daily basis, going into that practice, right? I know he's sitting next to you. You don't got to be shy. Going into, how is it though?
He's good. He doesn't like the playing around that we be doing most of the time, but it's good. It's a lot of running. So yeah, that's it.
And same thing, MB. What's it like playing for coach, right, on a daily basis that we don't get to see?
Like you said, it's good. A lot of running. But he really does try and get you to understand just not the basics, but what he's trying to get you to do and how to put that into the game and make you better as a player.
So coach, like you say, you've been with these girls. They understand what you want. Like you say, they should be able to finish your sentences now. How are you going about it every day to say, okay, I can kind of relax a little bit, but it's still implementing what you need to implement?
Well, I'm still going at it with the same approach that I normally and typically have, but then sometimes I say certain things and do certain things, just kind of trying to set them up, just kind of set up a situation and then see, okay, well, anybody gonna step in and try to be a floor general or a floor leader, and if we can do that, then we're gonna really be in a good situation. Like I said, for the most part, I see some changes going in the right direction. from last year to this year, but I still want more, and I still need more. I still need them to be, more vocal. I want to hear them. I want to be able to be over on the other side of the gym and hear them, pointing, directing, orchestrating, and this, that, and the other. Because at the end of the day, it's not my team. It's my team, but it's not my team. It's their team. They're the seniors. They're the seniors, and this is their. I've had my senior, and this is their senior. And like I said, I want the best for these girls, the absolute best. And I want them to be able to look back a couple of years from now and be able to say, yeah, I was in a good place. I was, coach cared. Coach cared because I do. Because I do. I take basketball very seriously. I'm very passionate about basketball. Always played basketball since I can remember, and even to this day. I probably shouldn't be playing basketball now, but I still go in. I still go in hoop. Probably 2 days a week. That's about all my body can take. But yeah, I love basketball, and I just want them to have a great experience.
All right, Coach McCall, people in Huntsville know you because you hooped your whole life, whether it was Chapman, whether it was Lee, whether it was with Coach Sammy Jackson and AAU, or here on the Hill with Coach Petway, and like I said, at Lee with Coach Dugan. We talk about it on the show all the time that Huntsville is the mecca of basketball in the state. How important is basketball that you see in Huntsville, Alabama?
Like you said, I feel and I believe that Huntsville is the mecca of basketball, and it just didn't arrive. I've seen it grow. When I was probably 13, 14 years old, I don't remember AAU being in existence. And now you can look around and you just got AAU teams all over the place. I remember when I was in high school here and I went to Lee, we had one AAU team for each kind of age group or whatever, like one, 14 and under, one 15 and under, one 16 and under. Whereas now you've got 20, 15 and under, 30, 16 and under. So I've seen it grow that aspect. And it was like, that one team would take players from 2 players from Lee, 2 or 3 players from Butler, 2 players from Johnson at the time, 1 player from Spartan, and then we might have 1 or 2 players coming from, Birmingham or wherever. So I've seen it grow, from that aspect to where it is now. And I think that, Huntsville is a basketball town. And I'd like to keep it that way. But people continuing to train, continuing to develop. Now we've got, a lot of personal trainers up here and people got their own gyms and stuff like that. I'm not in Birmingham. I'm not in Montgomery, so I don't really know what goes on in that aspect or that realm down there. But I know what we do here in Huntsville. So I'm here. I've been here I wasn't born here, but I moved here through the military. My dad was military and got stationed at Redstone Arsenal. So I've been here since about '86. So I do call this my home, and I'm very proud to be here. And I'm proud that we're a basketball town. And I like to kind of think that I kind of helped start that and kind of, get it to where it's at. And so, that's my profession, teaching, coaching. So like I said, I'm basketball. I love basketball.
So this past winter, we lost a great in Sammy Jackson. You got to play for him, obviously. What's something that you remember that you take away that you think about? What did he instill in you?
Well, Sammy is kind of, like I said, I moved here around this. I moved here in the 6th grade, and so even at a young age, you kind of say, okay, well, this kid's over here in that area. So you got these kids over here in the Chapman area. You got these kids in the West Lawn area. So these are these kids that everybody's looking at. And then I kind of moved in. So I'm kind of like an outsider at that particular point in my life. So it's like I got to go over here and I got to play and I got to say, okay, well, I got to prove my point. I got to prove who I am and what I can do. And so that's kind of what it was for me at that time. And when I met Sammy around the 9th or 10th grade, I was on basketball teams, but I wasn't per se the man or the starter. And I think what I remember most about Sammy was the first one who gave me the opportunity. Sammy came to me and he asked me, "Do you want to play for my AAU team?" And at that time, we had some good players, Randy Howell, Luna Lett. Well, Luna was on you guys' team, but we remember we used to practice and play against each other. Randy Howell, Howard Pride, and Tara Gurley, Tyson Burwell. He came to me and he asked me, did I want to play? And I said, heck yeah, I want to play. And, it was just like from there, Sammy is the first one who really gave me the confidence that I belong and I could play with anybody in the city or anybody in the state. And from that point there, I just kept going, and I'd see Sammy every summer, and he'd be like, "Man, you getting better, you're getting better, you're getting better, you're getting better." And then it got to a point where he was like, "Yeah, you got it going on." So yeah, I'll always remember Sammy, and I'll always be grateful to him for that.
So, question to the players: Michaela, MB, Dub. What y'all rocking this year on your feet, right? Y'all wearing a team shoe or y'all going out on your own?
Well, every year we have a team shoe, so we're gonna be wearing the team shoes. We're not sure which shoe it is yet, but I'm interested to see what shoe it is.
Coach, you want to let the cat out the bag?
I believe I'm kind of old school, and I just like to be in unison.
Okay.
And but at the same time, I think I have good swagger when it comes to basketball apparel and stuff. So I always have nice gear for them, nice sweatsuits and things of that nature. And I usually kind of wait till about 3-4 days before the first game just to let them kind of break the shoes in practice. But I got them.
You got them.
I got them, and they're stored away in the closet.
Okay.
And I can't wait for them to see them because I know they're gonna be excited about them, just the color scheme and all that other stuff. So,
I see the smiles on the faces, Coach. I think you got them.
So
I
yeah,
think you got them.
I got them.
So M-Dub, like you say, you already got the shoes locked in. Like they always say, you look good, you play good, right? So, Coach, last question. What can we expect from you guys this year? What's the schedule like? Where you headed, and where can the people come out and watch you play?
Well, like I said, you can expect when you see us that these girls are going to be giving it their all. They're going to play hard. We're going to look good, like you said, look good, feel good, play good. So we're hoping on that. Well, I'll let something out of the bag. We're getting new uniforms this year. We're getting new uniforms, and they've already been ordered. And I'm trying to take care of them for their senior year. Like I said, I want them to, when they leave here, they be like, "Man, Coach did everything on his part to try to make sure that we were in a good situation, that we felt good about ourselves. We looked the part when we go up against a Sparkman or a Bob Jones or a Hazel Green. We're not going to look around and say, hey, we're lesser. We're not lesser. We're equal or better, and we just got to go out. At that point, we just got to go out and play like it, So I let that out of the bag. They haven't seen the uniforms. They hadn't seen the shoes, but we're going to look good. It's gonna look good.
There it is, Coach. Well, man, appreciate y'all coming out here to the second annual iBall Radio Media Day, and great luck on the season.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys.
No problem.
All right.
And we're back here from the second annual iBall Radio North Alabama Media Day here at Alabama A&M University, brought to you by Bo's Best Wings, Infinity Investor Group, Huntsville Nutrition, and Grind and Brews. And right now we have the champs in the building, man. It's a legendary program is here today, and that is Hazel Green Lady Trojans with first-year head coach Demetrius Miller. Coach, we stepping to you first. You stepping in for a legend, right? We all know what's going on, right? So kind of talk about how it is and what are some of your expectations going into this season?
First of all, like I say, it's a blessing to be afforded the opportunity to, you know, lead this program. Obviously, Tim Miller, he's a legend. You know, what he's done with basketball, just in general, girls and boys. So kudos to him. You know, culture and foundation's been laid. We're definitely excited, though. We got our 5 seniors here and looking to them to provide some key leadership to us this season. They've all been working hard. We've got 6 players returning back. We got another sophomore in Denila Butterfield who's also returning along with our 5 seniors here. So they've all been working hard even since the spring, all during the summer and preseason. So we're really excited, and looking forward to a good season.
So they say it's always hard to take over for a legend, right? Was that something that came into your mind when you went after this job and then it was offered to you? How did you take that and did you reach out to get your, to get what you need to know about Hazel Green?
Well, I mean, I was one of his longtime assistants. I was with him every year. He was at Hazel Green. So, you know, being around him, you know, being around the program, you know, that's obviously helped. We still talk, you know, constantly, consistently. So, you know, we still communicate. But like I said, though, really excited about these girls. You know, like I said, it's all about them. They're the ones who put in the effort. They've been putting in the hard work. They grabbed the bull by the horns. You know, really excited. You know, they are excited about the season.
So I'm gonna let y'all introduce each one of yourselves. All right, gonna start from the left.
I am Zamaya Garth. I am a class of 2026 senior, and I am a guard.
I am Kristen Johnson, class of 2026, and I'm a combo guard.
I'm Sloan Williams. I'm in the class of 2026, and I'm a combo guard.
I'm Madison Eddings. I'm in the class 2026, and I'm a center.
I'm Journey Moore. I'm class of 2026. I'm a point guard.
So this is gonna go to all the players, right? You ladies have been together for a while, right? Y'all know the standard that Hazel Green has set over the years. So long, since you got the mic, we're gonna start with you. What are some of your expectations coming into your senior season?
Some of my expectations are for us to stay together, play together, and do what we know how to do. Bring our trophy back home. That's one of the standards that I would really, really like to have, especially because of the hard work that each and every one of us puts in. It would be great to have it back home where it belongs.
Same thing for Madison, right? Like being there, seeing it, not winning it last year, right? Kind of talk about that and some of your expectations going into the season also.
Yeah, so definitely being right there, almost getting it right. It gives us the fuel to get right back there, and that's what we work on every single day at practice to get right back at that exact point, the exact position to get it back, bring it back home, like Sloan said.
Right. So losing it last year, making it to Birmingham, getting to the Final Four, right? But having that expectation of winning and not getting there, what type of fire does that put into you guys? And this is for all of y'all going into this season.
So I feel like it was very hard, losing it that year, especially being there to win 2 others. But I feel like we should be able to bring it back this year, especially, like having one of the best post players in the state. And then my other guards, we're so versatile that we can also drive to the basket and also shoot the ball at the same time. So I think it brings more intensity, especially in practice, to be able to want it more and be hungrier, not only in practice, but bringing that into training sessions as well.
And also to the players, having that standard, knowing the school that you're at, falling short last year, this being your senior season, what are some of the things that you're taking into this season to say, I'm leaving it all out on the line?
I would say just hard work and, high expectations and being committed to working hard each and every day. It's what you do in practice will show out there. So once we get there, it'll already be natural to us if we go hard in practice every day.
And I'm gonna say this: he's been your assistant, but now he's your head coach. Kind of talk about the differences from the Millers, right? From Tim Miller to now. Kind of talk about that and how it's been so far.
He's definitely harder in practice. Like he's way more involved. I didn't know he was a yeller till now, but he yells. He makes us take accountability for our mistakes by running and just making sure we get it right. So he's been a great coach so far, and I'm excited for the season.
So, Coach, talk about it. You knew the team, right? It's not like you're having to come in and learn a new crew or learn. You know the standard at Hazel Green. So, what's it been like for you to be able to say, "Hey, this is how I do things. This is how we're going forward with the new Hazel Green basketball."
Like I said, being there and knowing them prior to, like I said, that's a blessing within itself. Like I said, they're all great young ladies. But sliding down one seat, obviously there's more accountability on me. There's more responsibility on me, and I'm willing to take that. Be on the front line for them. Like I said, it's all about the girls. But sliding down one seat, it is more accountability and so forth. But like I said, they continue to work hard. They have been truly committed to working hard, getting better, making. We've got a saying that I say all the time. Hey, how you do anything is what. So we've been really, really focused. Our. It's all about our coaching staff. We have a great coaching staff. It They've been doing a tremendous job as well, being in tune in practice. So it takes all of us. So we're gonna continue to work hard. Hopefully, we can bring it back home.
So what are we going to see different? Is it going to be a difference in style of play? Is it going to be a difference in motion offense? Defensively, I see Salone cutting them eyes. So I'm just saying, what's going to be different this year that we can see from Hazel Green?
Well, we always want to pride ourselves on defense. That's always been our go-to. When shots aren't falling, offense isn't clicking, not being fluid. I mean, you're going to have those ups and downs, those bumps in the road, but we should always be able to rely on our defense. And that's always been a key foundation of the program, and it's going to continue to be a key foundation of the program. Play solid, hard-nosed defense, play team defense, and then offense is going to take care of itself. But like I said, having such a great group of girls returning, like I said, 5 seniors, and we have one more, so we have 6 returning from last year's team. So experience should play in our favor. We're hoping that does. And like I said, they played a lot of basketball.
Mm-hmm.
They played a lot of basketball. With them being seniors here, this group here, I mean, we're hoping, like I said, that leadership takes us far.
And so to Salone, what's it like playing with your sisters, right? Y'all have been together so long. What's it feel like going into the last season? Are y'all taking that into perspective that this is the last time you guys will play together?
I think we are. I can see it like in our locker room conversations that it's just like these are really my sisters. Like I feel like we could talk about anything together, and it translates on the court. Like sometimes KJ could do something, and I already know what she's gonna do. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna slide to the corner. She already knows I'm gonna be right there. Same thing with Zamaya and Journey. I already know what they're gonna do before they do, and same thing with Madison. I just think we all have a good trust in each other that we know, like, okay, if somebody's not on today, I got their back. Like, oh, I know that she just needs like a little extra push. Like, it's easier because we are sisters and we know how to talk to each other when we're down. We know how to talk to each other when we're up. So we're all respectful and all trustworthy of each other. So it's real easy playing with my sisters.
All right. When y'all walk into the building being Hazel Green, there's a certain energy that follows you, right? Because how you do everything is what?
How you do anything.
There you go. So when you're on the bus getting locked in and you got your headphones on, start over here, pass it down here. What's your one lock-in song?
Ooh. I'm a big SZA fan, so I would say anything by her. It just gets me going. So
I like to listen to gospel before I play. So my favorite go-to song would have to be Jesus by Leandria.
Hey, it's all about the girls, but I don't know. I like listening to gospel too. It it cools me down, calms me down, especially those games get here. It's gonna be the heat of the moment. So gospel it keeps me level headed.
I'm a little different. I think I choose every song in probably like every category, so I don't really have just one.
Yeah, so I'm a big Drake fan, so I turn on anything Drake, let it shuffle and get in my little flow state.
Um, I also like to listen to gospel, but sometimes I'll do like some R&B. But I like to listen to "Satisfied" by the Rawls Group.
So y'all got a lot of Kurt Franklin radio bumping in the gym. I get it.
Got a good little mix.
I got good little mix. So talk about the individuality, right? Y'all heard the question. I'm a sneakerhead, right? And I got to see what's on the feet this year, Coach. So are you making them wear a team shoe, or are you letting them go out and do their thing?
Still all about the team. Still all about the team. We got team shoes again. I'm old school. This is my 20th year coaching, so I'm still old school at heart. So we still gonna do the team thing. But like I said, individuality, that is important, but it's all about the team, all about the program.
So last questions to the ladies. And anybody can answer this. Multiple y'all can answer this. When we come to the end of this season, what should we expect to see from Hazel Green High School?
So when we come to the end of the season, I feel like you would see the chemistry between our team and the difference between last year and this year. The chemistry, I feel like it'll be better because we finally all have played with each other at least 1 year. So we should be all like a dynamic team and just be able to work together.
I would say a bunch of growth. I just think that that's the most important thing as you go throughout the season. It's just growing. So
Don't run, Journey. Don't run from it. Don't run from it.
So to piggyback off of what they both said, definitely the chemistry. Like last year, we were coming together, but this year will be way more solid and gelled together as a team, and that will definitely translate on the court.
Definitely see all the hard work we put in. I mean, we put in so many long hours. Like we work so hard, and by the end of the season, I hope like you can all see that with the blue map. Oof.
So, Coach, let's talk about that schedule, man. We know you're one of the premier programs in the state of Alabama. Always have been for a long time. What's that schedule looking like this year? Where are you headed, and what kind of challenges are you putting these young ladies up to?
Schedule pretty much similar to how it's been the last few years. Trying to put together some of the top competition, not just in our state, but also in the nation. Obviously, we still got Hoover, Bob Jones, we got all them on the schedule. We're going to North Carolina again for the Cherokee Invitational. So we got some national competition there. We're hosting the Ball and Prep National Showcase after Christmas. Right now, we've got 16 teams coming from all across. And then we kick off next Saturday at home, November the 8th. We got our tip-off sponsored by Huntsville Hospital and TLC. So schedule, they can find it on our social media outlets and so forth. But we put together, we think, pretty tough schedule so we can be as best prepared as possible for when hopefully those playoffs get here. We're ready to make a run, hopefully.
There it is, Coach. Well, I want to thank you guys for coming out today to the second annual iBall Radio North Alabama Media Day, and great luck on the season.
Thank you. Thank y'all.
And we're back here from the second annual iBall Radio North Alabama Media Day, here live from the President's Suite inside the Event Center at Alabama A&M University, brought to you by Bo's Best Wings, Infinity Investor Group, Huntsville Nutrition, and Grind and Brews. And right now, we have Sparkman High School coming up next with Coach Emily Flanagan. And Coach, I'm going to let you introduce the ladies that you have here with you today. You can take it.
First, we have Jaden Gracie. We have Carmen Rice. We have Hannah Horton. We have Trinity Dixon. And then we have Chloe Bradley. And
So-
we're all seniors.
All seniors, 5 seniors in the building. Coach, kind of talk about it. What are some of the expectations you got coming into this season?
Going on to my second year, just being able to prepare a little bit better, being able to understand the girls a little bit better. That's the thing that was kind of just trying to make sure that, we're being as one. Like our motto right now is all in, all together. And so with that being said, we're trying our best to every day get better. Each week, one person come up with a word to give us. So then we can kind of concentrate on that for the week. So just having 5 girls to, what's the word I'm looking for? To be as a role model, to come in and show us each day what it's like to be a Sparkman senator, and then also just making sure that they're keeping everyone else accountable.
And we're going to go to Chloe. Like I say, being with these girls, all y'all are seniors. Y'all been together for a while. Kind of talk about some of your player expectations coming into this season.
Player expectations, feel like we should all have high intensity like always, and hold each other accountable. And from last year for this year, I feel like we've all matured. We have a feeling of each other, and we're doing much better than we did last year.
And same thing. What are some of y'all's playing? I'm just gonna go down the line. All right. What are y'all expectations as a team as a whole coming into the season?
I feel like our expectations are just to hold each other accountable, stay together, focus, push each other every day.
I would say working together like how we always do, and picking up our intensity. And yeah.
I say communication and like Trinity said, pushing each other. Like if we get down on ourselves, lift each other up. Like don't let your teammates get down.
Yeah, I say encouraging each other and communicating.
So this is to the players again, and all y'all can answer, multiple can answer. What's it like on a daily basis being a Sparkman senator, right? How do you guys come in? How does coach push y'all on a daily basis to make sure she's getting out of y'all what she wants to get out of you?
It's very intense, and she pushes us to be the best we can be, and she gives us room to grow.
It is, I say, on time and we compete, competitive, very competitive at practice.
She don't let us slack. Like she see us slack, she's on us for real.
I feel like coach gives us time to like figure it out ourselves. She gives us room to try to figure it out ourselves first, and then she's always there for help, anything, even outside of basketball.
Like I said, I just feel like high intensity. We come in with good energy and make sure we communicate and have everybody out on time.
And coach, hearing that right now, and knowing that you got 5 seniors, you got an experienced group on your hand. How do you delegate that leadership to each one of them? So sometimes on a lot of things you can step back and focus on something else.
Well, that is a good thing to have, especially when you have someone like this group. I mean, they get along pretty well, and they also keep each other accountable. So for me, I mean, we do have a JV team that is really young. A lot of them are just 9th graders, and so every day I try to teach them, or at least show them that every day someone else is looking. And so with that being said, like it starts with me. There's been times I actually have to say, I apologize, I dropped the ball, because sometimes, I mean, as coaches, we don't allow ourselves to just be human. And so for me, I appreciate them allowing me to be a human, and then allowing me to make those mistakes and then correct them, because on a daily basis, that's just who we are.
All right, this is for the players. Started over here. So coach said that y'all bring a word, right? So each of y'all go down through, and I want y'all to give everybody that's watching and all of us a word.
Well, my word would be patience. I feel like we should be patient with ourselves, and I feel like we should be patient with our coaches and our players.
My word is gonna be accountability. Like I love holding my teammates accountable. So I'll just
My word was teamwork. I chose that because like I feel like even on and off the court, we still have to have each other's backs and work with each other.
My word is discipline. I feel like all of us should have discipline when we're on the court, even off the court.
I'm gonna say communication because I feel like we should be able to communicate on and off the court, and that's how we're gonna get through.
So Chloe, you can keep it. Just saying, you guys play in an extremely tough area, right? It's been that way for a long time. What are some of the expectations you have coming into the season, and where do you see you and your teammates at the end of the season?
I see us winning the championship definitely, and I feel like the only way we could do this is coming on the court with high intensity and finishing with high intensity. Like don't start slow. We have to start off with a fast pace.
And coach, we know every year everybody says, when we come into a season, our expectations are a state championship, but you literally have the team to do that. What are you going through on a daily basis to say, hey, this is our sense of urgency every day?
Well, from starting from last year, I mean, we started off pretty rocky. But the thing was, I mean, we were looking for things to happen, having 2 injuries that kind of like just kind of broke the camel's back. And so I just think now they understand, I mean, things going to happen. And so we got to continue to push through. I thought we did a really good job last year with that. I mean, we didn't have our point guards. And we had to come up with Deasia Coffee, who had to come in not knowing what to do, but then just coming out and just doing her best. And so once again, on a daily basis, I tell them we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know what injury might happen. We don't know what ending thing that could happen that can, change our dynamic. And so with that being said, what these girls are saying to you is like every day we're talking about accountability, being patient with each other. I mean, because we don't know, but we can always just ask God for guidance and do the things that we need to do on a daily basis.
So it's turn up time. What's the go-to music? What's our pre-game ritual? What we listening
Okay.
to before we step out on the court?
Okay, so for me, I listen to R&B, and that's because like before games I be nervous, and when I listen to R&B, it like calms my nerves.
Me personally, I'm a YB fan. I listen to YB
I felt
before.
that. I knew that was coming. I saw it in you. I saw it in you.
I listen to YB any time of the day, but before a game, that's my go-to.
Anything turn for real. There's nothing I have specific. Just anything that'll turn me up before the game.
There it is.
These are music girls.
I say it really depends on what my mood is, but I'm a YB fan too. I need something that's gonna get me turned. So like I'm finna come like kill you.
Yeah, I say Young Boy and Lil Baby or anything hype.
Coach, I know your gym going crazy. I bet that locker room is like a headbanger for you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Like we just came from Kurt Franklin Station to YB Station, so it's like total difference. So,
sure.
Coach, I want to say good luck on this season. Thank you guys for coming out and joining us today for the second annual iBall Radio North Alabama Media Day, and good luck on the season.
All right, and thank you guys for doing what you do.
I appreciate it. Thank you. And we're back here from the second annual iBall Radio North Alabama Media Day here live on the campus of Alabama A&M, sponsored by Bo's Best Wings, Infinity Investor Group, Huntsville Nutrition, and Grind and Brews. And right now, we have the Buckhorn Lady Bucks with Coach Eddie Keys. And Coach, I'm going to let you introduce the ladies you have with you today.
Thank you again for doing this. We appreciate it so much. It's a cool thing for our schools to be a part of, and a great time for the kids. I've got a couple seniors here with me today, Amaya Kelly, and we got Taylor Cowan. Seniors, great leadership, been with me for the past 3 years, excited for the season. Harper McCulley is a junior, and we got Taylor's sister, Gabby Cowan here, both a junior.
So, Coach, kind of talk about it. What are some of the expectations you have coming into this basketball season?
Well, we've built the past couple seasons, and we've had pretty good records. You know, we've won a bunch of games. I think we won 17 games the first year. I think we won 19 last year. So the expectation is to keep building on that. I think now we know more about our team, and we know some of our deficiencies. And so I think really since the summer, we've talked about those. And it's kind of been the focus is to get better at some of the things that have maybe cost us some games or maybe not helped us to beat some of the higher level teams.
And coming into Class 6A, we know how tough it is right here in North Alabama. How are you planning to get these girls to navigate that schedule and navigate this season?
Well, it's a grind, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Every night is going to be a fight, like every night. So I think practice has got to be really hard. We got to make it really, really difficult. We're going to be in hostile environments. It's going to be tough. But every tough game we play makes us a little bit better. So kind of keeping the focus on, of course, we want to win every ball game, but we've got to get better every day, every game. It's an opportunity to get better. And so I challenge them when we don't shy away from anybody. I don't hardly ever say no to playing anybody. And I think that sometimes they may not realize what the benefits of that, but in the long run, it pays dividends. So I think our schedule is set up that as long as we can keep our minds focused on the goal at the end and continue to get better, that it could be a really, really fun season.
So this is going to go to the two seniors. This is the last go around, right? This is your last time being able to play in the Lady Bucks uniform. Coach talked about playing in hostile environments. How excited are y'all about going into this season and being able to test yourselves against some of the best teams in the state?
I'm honestly excited into going into this season because we worked so hard into coming into this season. We didn't win ups and downs in this season, and I feel great about it. I feel like we're gonna win like most of the games we can.
I'm just excited for the challenge. I love a challenge. I'm excited to fight hard every night and see how that works out for us.
And also to the players, being in there with Coach every day, understanding the standard, right? Understanding what he wants on a daily basis. Being a junior, right, and having some seniors to look up to. How are you guys navigating every single day to make sure y'all get out of what you need to get out of to have a successful season?
We just play our best and try to keep the right mindset to like keep growing and build off of what we already have.
Yeah, every practice it's a new day, and don't go into the same mindset that you would. Play how you would play in a game. Play hard, play fast, play like you want to be there.
And Coach, I'm sitting here and I'm like, I don't know if it's a better example than to hear all that communication out there on that floor right now, right? How are you gonna take what they hear right now and understand? Because I know you're in practice every day. Talk, having to scream it every single day. What are some of the things that you're implementing to make sure that message gets across?
Well, if y'all will look there, it's Miami passing down there that we do, past few days. I mean, it's just, it's the little details. We have to stress them. We have to stay, focused on the little things because little things become big things. And everything we do in practice is trying to build on that, like build on what we do, focus on, we know some of our deficiencies and grow those. And so it may be having to, run a couple extra, sprints or something to remind us, to wake us up. It could be something as simple as like, hey, come on, make a shot, or hey, come on, get your head up, you're good. It's all that, and I've got a great coaching staff. we've got great team around us and great people around us. So I'm super fortunate in that, you know, sometimes when one of my assistants might grab somebody and say something. We've had some of that. And probably hearing the message from somebody different sometimes can be so big because they've been with me the entire time. So they've heard a lot of me. You know, sometimes hearing it from somebody else, maybe in a different tone, maybe in a different verbiage, can be huge. And I think we've got that this year rolling pretty well.
All right, this is for the players. You're on the bus going to play rival Hazel Green. I know that's a big one on the calendar. What are you rocking to lock in your headphones on the bus?
Me personally, Drake. Drake, he can be chill, but he can also be pretty hype and inspiring at the same time, and that really gets me going, but keeping me in the right mindset to get ready to play a game like that.
I would personally say like old R&B. That's what I listen to. Like to get me hype and stuff. Cause I mean, they did.
I don't know if she's going back that far.
I know a little couple Marvin Gaye.
Yeah.
But yeah, love. Cause most of their songs are very hype, and I actually like that. So.
It's a very truthful answer by mine. I feel like that's exactly what she's listening to. Mine's probably going to be a little bit different than theirs. I'm going to be kind of more calm. I might, you know, I want to get into that moment, and I want to be level-headed. I don't want to be crazy hype. So it's probably going to be some old classics, maybe even some 90s country, you know, just to get my mind right.
Some people might not think of this as like a pre-game, but I listen to country just to like.
Nailed it.
But if I get too worked up, I get too nervous. So I try to keep calm. So yeah.
So I listen to Lizzo, but mainly just because of a superstition. Like one game I listened to Lizzo before a game, and the best game I played all season. So just having somebody to listen to, also hype music. She'll talk you up, tell you the best girl out there. I'm like, yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am. So
And Lizzo gets you with the motivational music. Also, we know style means everything, right? Look good, you play good, feel good, play good, right? Coach, are you got them in team shoes? Or are you letting them be individuals this year?
It's changed. When I first got into the gig, if a kid tried to wear a different pair of shoes, they weren't going to play, you know. And so now I've kind of, don't make a mountain out of a molehill. And so I don't want to live in that life of, we got to do this. I really kind of leave it up to them. But for the most part, they do choose team shoes. So we have a team shoe this year. We'll see how well it holds up, and I got a good feeling about it. So we'll kind of go, try them out, see how they go, and then go from there.
So I'm asking each one of y'all individually now. If you're not rocking the team shoe, what do you have on your feet this season?
honestly, I'm gonna have my Asia Wilsons on.
It's been a popular one.
I like my Curry 12s. They just give me a lot of good feel when I'm moving around, running around a lot, so I really like those.
Well, and also, I like the basketball side. Fashion's not my thing, style, I like to coach hoops. And so pretty much everything that we get, I try to show them, get input from them, because, again, that's not where I live my life right now.
Swag's not your area, coach.
And so, they get a big say-so in whatever kind of gear we get.
I have John Morant's. They're pretty colorful, and I like them.
You going Ja 3s or Ja 2s?
I'm not a shoe girl. I have no clue.
I wear Asia ones too. I think I have about 3 different pairs of them just because I just like how they look. I got the pink ones, getting the gold ones, and then the white ones are team shoes. So, yep.
So, Coach, looking at that schedule this year, man, what are some of the preseason tournaments, postseason tournaments, Christmas tournaments, and where can they come out, and when should they come out and watch you guys play this year?
So we're going to open up at home on the 14th, November 14th. We're going to host Grissom. I think that'll be a great energy, great hype game. Before that, we're going to be at Huntsville High School on the Monday, Tuesday. I kind of told the girls we're front end loaded. We play about 8 games in 12 days or something. So like I say, yeah, we're gonna go to Huntsville for 2 days to open up. We're gonna have Grissom. Then we're gonna go down to Priceville and play Russellville and kind of get it going. As far as Christmas tournaments, we're gonna and Thanksgiving tournaments, it just worked out a little differently. We are going to be down at Thompson playing at Thanksgiving. I think that'll be a cool atmosphere. But we kind of branched out with the teams we play. We're going to make a trip to Florence this year for a regular season game. Florence is coming to us, so we don't, like I said, we don't shy away from anybody. We try to play really good competition. Obviously, up here it's great, so we pretty much play everybody up here. But we did want to get away a little bit to test ourselves, like I say. So going to Florence, going down to Gunnersville, that should be a great atmosphere and a great game. We're going to make a trip to Plainview towards the end of the season, so it's going to be a pretty good mix. But I'm excited about November the 14th, opening up our home opener versus Grissom. I think that'll be a lot of fun. Be a good night.
And the last question for the players. Coach is putting you guys in that fire, right? It's a long season ahead. We don't like to look too far in the future, but where should we see the Lady Bucks come the end of the season?
So the last couple years, last year mainly, we made it out of area for the first time in, what was it, like 4 years? So that was a big step, and we're hoping to make it farther, like to regionals and farther in that.
In my opinion, we've had a state caliber team for the past 3 years. It's just about now looking down the line. These are all family and coming together in the team aspect. We've had skill for years, but that team chemistry and that bonding and that family-like aspect is finally here. So we'll be down the line.
And seniors, it's y'all last go around. This is it for you. So where will we see y'all at the end of the season?
Hopefully further than you have in the previous year. That's the goal. Making it, improving on what we did last year. Last year was pretty good.
I'm gonna pretty much say what they had to say. Going longer than we have gone, and also just keeping the bond that we have and not break down like at the end of the season. I want to keep the family together.
Well, that's so awesome. Coach, I want to say thank you guys for coming out today and being a part of the second annual iBall Radio North Alabama Media Day, and great luck on the season.
Thank y'all so much. We greatly appreciate it.
No doubt. Well, that we have. And we're back here from the second annual iBall Radio North Alabama Media Day here on the campus of Alabama A&M University, brought to you by Bo's Best Wings, Infinity Investor Group, Huntsville Nutrition, and Grind and Brews. And right now we have head coach Monica Maxwell and the ladies of James Clement High School. And coach, I'm gonna let you introduce your players that you have with you today.
All right. Well, first of all, thank you for having us. To my left is Lauren Eso, and then to my right is Peyton Peoples.
So, coach, we're gonna jump right into it. You're a vet now, right? You've been at James Clemens a minute. Kind of talk about this year's team and what are some of your expectations going into the season?
Okay, I don't know if I'm a vet, but I'll take it. But it is my the beginning of my 5th year. So, I think our culture is pretty much established, but we're still young. I only have 2 seniors. My younger group is pretty solid. So, honestly, my only expectation is to compete and work hard. Our off season was pretty good, pretty legit. We're clearly getting better every day, but more so now it's just getting better, not being complacent, making sure we compete every day, and that's big for us.
And you play in a tough area, right? And you got
Absolutely.
yeah, that's an understatement, right?
Right.
So, kind of talk about it. How are you instilling in your players how we're going to navigate this system and let them know they might be ups and downs in the season, but this is how we're going to go about it.
Well, actually, we just came up. It took us 6 months to come up with the logo or a motto for this year, and it's just work harder. Like nobody cares, work harder, right? And as hard as our area is, like we don't care about them, because if we can't do what we do and do it well, like it doesn't matter, So we know every night everyone's going to always play their best when they play us. We always get that. So as long as they know, like it doesn't matter what they do, as long as we do what we do and we execute and compete, we should be all right.
And Lauren, like you say, going into your senior season, kind of talk about that, right? Last go around, been with coach for a minute. Talk about what it is and some of your expectations on the season.
I'm actually a junior.
Oh, you said senior. I'm sorry. Oh, I thought
It's
I missed
okay.
it.
I really like our group of girls that we have. I always have like a really good bond with them. So I know I'm going in with my best friends. So whatever the outcome is, I still have that relationship with them. I'm very glad to be able to have the opportunity to play for Coach Maxwell. And my expectation is just, like as she said, work harder. Nobody cares. Just do what you need to do, play your role, and it'll all work out.
And Peyton, same thing. Like, what are some of your expectations going into the season? What do you want to accomplish, and what do you want your team to accomplish this year?
Well, for my team, I want us to all be able to work together and like move more as a team instead of like for ourselves. That way, because I feel like everybody just has their own opinions about us. But like as long as we just block out the noise and just play for each other, and like she said, to work harder, like we'll be okay. And I think I have really high expectations for the season, and I'm pretty confident.
And coach, going into your basically your first season without your first crop, right? When you came in with a crew and they just left last year, right? How is it for you this year, like really starting over? And even though you know some of these girls, but having a new crop of girls that you got to deal with.
Listen, that was bittersweet. Okay,
Yeah.
those were my girls. But this is completely. It's a different team, and I think that's the team. They grew up under. We were kind of in it together. Like I was new, they were new, and we were trying to build something. And I think now that the foundation is set, now they're just coming through the program, and the things that we've already set, we're already accomplishing, and now we're like trying to I guess reach new goals and keep growing. And that's the big part. Like if we get complacent, like this program will never go anywhere. And that's what I try to instill in them like all the time. Like nobody cares what we've done and where we've been, and nobody cares, not even us. Like we're trying to get better every year, and if we don't, then that's a problem.
And the standard's been set, like you say, right? The standard's been set, and y'all using that mantra. Nobody cares, right? And nobody really does. It just comes to who comes down in that locker room.
Right.
So how are you instilling that throughout the entire program, right? That's not the two sitting up here with you, but the younger ones who have been watching, but now they get the opportunity to play for you.
Honestly, I think it's just my coaches and I think we do a really good job of not telling them, hey, like nobody cares, but it's just like every day, like, hey, listen, we can't get complacent. Hey, and it's not just, coming from me. it's coming from Lauren, and it's coming from Coach P. It's coming from my assistant coach, Coach Prod. Like it's coming from everywhere. So it's not like everybody just, oh, I'm so tired of Coach Maxwell saying this, like, and I think that's a big deal too, because I have younger kids who are leading, and I have kids who've been in the program for 3 years now who are leading, and it's just easier to follow somebody who has bought into it and who knows the expectations and isn't scared to go out there and voice their opinion.
So, ladies, I ask this to everybody, right? Because I got to know what we listening to pregame, right? What coach letting y'all listen to in the locker room, blast through the speakers? And coach, you got to answer too, because we listen to music also, right? Let's not act like we don't listen to music. But what are we listening to pregame this year?
I don't have a specific music taste. I just I listen to a lot of R&B, so I'm not like rap. I'm just calm, cool, collected. I like her a lot. Summer Walker. I'm not a rap kind of person. Or some of my friends would send me their playlists and I just listen to it. I don't have a specific artist. I'm just
Peyton will give you a good one. Come on, Pete.
So our teammates, like she said, like a lot of R&B, but I like anything hype or extreme. So I'm not gonna say who because it's not very appropriate. But
Don't say YB. He's been a consensus.
I'm saying, like, it just gets everybody hype, and like his music is just so like hype. So like you get your energy pumped up. Other than like the R&B is just slow and sad. I mean, like we can just add some of that in there. But I just feel like just any hype person or like a song that like just really gets you in your feelings, just like so you can put that on the court.
Hey, coach, I know who getting all your loose balls this year. She crashing out. She crashing out listening to YB. So, coach, what's on your playlist?
I'm a Jeezy girl.
Okay.
Always have been. Anything Jeezy, that's me.
There it is.
Anything Jeezy.
So now let me ask you this, coach. Are you making them uniform this year, or are you letting them go out and wear whatever they want to wear on their feet? What's the shoe game like this upcoming season?
Okay, so hear me out, okay? If it was my way, I'm gonna let them rock with whatever they want, right? But we got a new AD in. He wants to be a little bit more uniformed, and that he likes it. I love it. We're gonna do it. So we all got the same shoe this year, which is cool. Now if they break down, but yeah, no, they're all rocking the same thing. That's very true. Absolutely.
All right, one last question. What is the pregame meal this year?
Well, our first one is Outback.
What's the first one?
Outback.
Hey, Bo's Best Wings also, we got that for you. So that's a pregame meal.
There it is. Yeah. Listen, if they could eat wings every day, I promise they would.
Me too.
The whole team.
I'm with y'all. I ain't mad.
So Outback's definitely gonna be one of my favorites.
Hold on, time out.
What's up with Outback? It's my favorite restaurant. But we're probably not gonna get that one a lot. We're probably gonna get walk-ons a lot, and like, are we doing Zaxby's?
Probably.
But yeah, Zaxby's.
Okay.
Just a lot of chicken.
A lot of chicken. That's what it sounds like.
definitely walk-ons. That Alfredo. Oh my gosh, I love Alfredo so much. And Outback's one of my favorite places too. So
hold on, man. Time out. Y'all must got a sponsor from Outback or something. All right, listen. Hey, that's a big budget. They buying all them steaks. That's what it is. Big budget. James Clemens. Well, Coach, man, thank y'all for coming out today and hanging out with us here at the second annual iBall Radio North Alabama Media Day. And I want to say great luck on the season. But before we go, please tell them where they can come out and watch you guys play in some of the major tournaments that you will be playing in this season.
We're going to be we're actually going to the beach this year, which we're checking some stuff up. We're going to the beach this year over the weekend before Thanksgiving, the Gulf Shores tournament. So we'll be there. We'll come back. We'll play in the TOC tournament at Bob Jones this year. After Christmas, we're going to actually a tournament in Riverdale, Tennessee. So we're kind of different teams, different looks, so we can get prepared for the postseason.
Talk about that. Why do you think it's important to make sure you cross those state lines to see those different teams and experience something else going into the season?
Because, I mean, they could throw anything at you. You just never know. And it's important to get different looks before postseason starts. that way they're prepared. We go into postseason, they've seen everything that we're going to see, size, different defensive, just everything, you know. And I just think that's important for them. So, you know, when we do go to postseason and, you know, some coaches are bringing out whatever they are trying to do that's new, like we've seen everything, you know, and it's not foreign to us. We're prepared, and that's big. That's big for us this year.
Okay, and last one for the players. What's it like playing for Coach Maxwell and having another player, coach on your staff like Coach Pride, who has a big name in the city of Huntsville? Kind of talk about learning from those who you know have the experience in the game.
So when I first came here, I was in 8th grade. I played up on varsity for some games. I'm not gonna lie, I was scared of her at first. She's very intimidating, but once you get to know her, she's very sweet. She's probably the best coach I've ever played for. She's made me be a better person, and I'm so thankful for that, be able to play for her. She's a good person. She makes me want to be better as a person, player, woman. She teaches us not only basketball, but also life lessons. Like, don't be late to practice, or else you're gonna be late everywhere you go. Like, it's just, it's just, she teaches us so much stuff, and I'm so grateful for that. And yeah.
I really like playing for Coach Maxwell and Coach Pride because I just feel like they both have like very different like styles of play and different things of what they're looking for. So I just think like them both teaching us their different ways makes us all better and stronger. And then like combining them, I feel like just like it makes us stronger and better. And definitely like what we've been working on lately, like she said, like how we're gonna play all these different teams. Like I think like we're just preparing for everything. Like so nothing is like a shock to us. And I just feel like they're very like they know what they want. All we have to do is like we got to give them what they want. Basically, like we have to work to what they want us to be. Like it's just all about the work, and they make it known. And yeah, I really like playing for them. They're great. I wouldn't want to play for anybody else.
Hey, you know what I heard in all that? They make it known. So that means you hear them, right? That's all you need to do is hear them. Well, Coach, again, thank y'all for coming out today and great luck on the season.
Appreciate it. Thank you for having us.
No doubt. There it is. All right, y'all. There you And we're back here from the second annual iBall Radio North Alabama Media Day Here live from the campus of Alabama A&M University, sponsored by Bo's Best Wings, Infinity Investor Group, Huntsville Nutrition, and Grind and Brews. And right now, we have Coach Sherelle Robertson and the Bob Jones High School Lady Patriots. Coach, I'm going to let you introduce your ladies that you have with you today.
Well, thank you for having us here today. We really appreciate it. To my left, I have Jakai Smith. Right here is Elise McClain. Down at the end is Ella Watts.
So, Coach, let's talk about it. What are some of the expectations we have coming up into this season? We know about the history, right? We saw you last year take over this program. Kind of talk about where going into this year. What can we expect?
I think that we have a veteran team coming back. I'm returning 4 stars from my team last year, and a mix of 2-star players who started multiple games. I think that this year we're going to see a lot of toughness on defense. I think we've grown last year just with our standing and what we said and what our expectations are. So we expect to live up to them. And I think your goal at every season is to win a championship and be at the championship level, and that's my expectation for my team. But this year, going into our preseason, I wanted them to understand what toughness and grit was and a sense of urgency. So I think those are things that we took care of in the preseason and be ready for this season.
So having a team that you can come back to that's now familiar with the voice, right? Yeah. They're familiar with what's going on. They kind of know the standard of what's going on in the program. Kind of talk about how you're maneuvering that now that you don't have to teach everything from the beginning. You can kind of go into other things.
Starting in March, it was my first preseason with the girls, and I just laid down my expectation. I kind of got the job late in June, so they never did an off season with me, and that's when you build that mental toughness. That's when you get you. That's when you prepare for a championship. Just them just taking them to the mental capacity to the top, and I think that set my expectation for us to be championship level and to outwork people at every level. Is the weights? Is it running? That we set the expectation standard to outwork people every day we come into the gym or in the weight room.
Everybody's all saying, "Oh, she's young." No longer considered young anymore, right? You got some experience up under your belt. Kind of talk about some of your expectations coming into this season.
Well, I definitely want to get back to the Elite Eight. And I know we're not going to face Hillcrest this year. I'm pretty sure we're going to face maybe Albertville or, anyways, our area got kind of moved around. But anyways, I definitely want to have a strong sense of urgency to get back at that place and win. And just in practice, just be competitive, be alert, be focused, and just ready to compete every day. So.
Hey, Coach, that's a reflection of you. These girls already know. They know what the area look like, right? A lot of these, kind of talk about that. When you're preparing your players on a daily basis, what are some of the things that you go through to make sure they understand what's at stake?
Well, my standard is to really worry about us. I think that if we come out there every day with the vision to compete at the highest level, then everything else, the wins and losses, take care of themselves. I think that I make them aware of situations because that our cross did change. It's nice. It usually doesn't happen, but we are crossing differently. Having to go to Jacksonville when we were supposed to go to Wallace State. So but you got to talk to the AHSA about that. That's really above my pay grade. But our expectation is still the same. Whoever we play every night, we plan to win, and we plan to outwork them, and just have a winning mentality and a winning edge to compete. Not compete halfway, but compete all the way. And that's just my expectation every day, even in practice.
So Jay, let's say this. New year, right? A lot of expectations on your shoulders, right? Kind of talk about that. Talk about being a leader on this basketball team this year and some of the things that you want to go into and being an extension of a coach out on the court.
I want to lead my team to know that we gotta win. We gotta go out and play hard. And if she says something, I gotta make sure I'm keeping them up, keeping their head up, just to keep our eye on the goal.
So, and Coach, I tried to pass over, but I can't. I've heard so many different things from the AHSAA about moving teams in the middle of sessions. Talk about that. What's it like having to say, hey, I've been switched from this regional to this regional. My area's changed up in a year that's not supposed to happen. Kind of, did that affect the way you went into this season and for your preparation?
No. I think that if you're training at a championship level, it doesn't matter who you face. You're ready to compete. So for me, I just feel like it's just another way. It's switching, but we still have the same standard and the same expectations every time to win and to compete. And I think that it's a respect thing. I think it has nothing to do with us. I think that they wanted to make it level for the boys, and sometimes the girls always get the short end of the stick. But on my end, our stick is still the same. We still have the same expectation to go in and out there and compete at every level. We lost in the same spot 4 years in a row. So our vision from last year is 2 points. We lost by 2 points. So when you lose by 2 points, that's just a lack of you. Doesn't matter who the opponent is. It's you just going out there and outworking in the individual, the team as a team. So it doesn't matter who we play at Bob Jones. We're going to go out there and actively compete.
So Elise, talk about that. Coach just said, hey, we lost by 2 last year, right? Talk about what are the things that you're looking forward to make sure that doesn't happen again.
I just look back at that moment every time and I be like, what could I have done differently? And I see now, like, this year is our chance to come out and it starts in practice, just going at the extra speed, like going full effort, being a leader, talking on the court, like just things that you know that you could have did, doing that now.
Awareness, self-awareness, gotta love it.
All right, Jay. I know your daddy. And I know how hard he's worked you for all these years. And I actually thought you was going to be a superstar soccer player. So tell me how coach has prepared you for what you're about to do at the next level.
She prepared me to like just do the hard work, do the extra things, go out, be a leader, talk more, be more aggressive, defense wise. Yeah.
So, Coach, having a program like yours, right? Yeah. Having players that are highly recruited across all levels. Talk about how you manage that on a daily basis.
Well, I mean, the rules have changed. You know, when I was getting recruited, you know, a lot of time the high school coaches are involved a lot in recruiting, but it's easier now for high school coaches. Like they all have, like, I mean, Ella has Brandon Clay, her agency she's with. They all have the AU coaches that really manage those things. The coaches call me more for personality things and things I think about that. But when it just comes to managing their colleges, they come in my gym and I talk to them, but it's not nothing it's really hard. It's easier for the high school coaches now because basically you're just giving your opinion on what you think their game and their development is from 9th to 12th grade, which I think it makes I think for me, I like it that way because I do all the development, and sometimes the AU coaches get the I won't say recognition for it, but now it's an equal playing field because to go out there and to manage like a player like Ella's and Elise's and JL's colleges, it's a job. I'll have 34 schools calling my phone and team is so. And I got 3 kids, so I actually prefer it the way that it is now because I think it creates that balance of everybody equally working for the individual player and the individual child.
So like I said, your program is highly recruited. I don't know if you'll be able to handle that, Coach.
No, and
right?
I think I've seen where some coaches get offended by it, but I think with their AU coaches and with they communicate things they need to communicate. And like me, I even see myself now. If a coach contact me, I'll tell the player, "Hey, listen, this coach contact me. Let your AU coach know." It's because I don't have time to stay on the phone 30 minutes and talk about a player. So I think that balance is good for the player because I have an opinion on how I play, but they might play differently in the summer. And to combine those, you're giving them each player a fair chance for a positive evaluation.
Right. So this is for all 3 of y'all. Another year in the system, right? We talked about not wanting to go out like you did last year, right? Understanding the standard of what Bob Jones really wants to put out there. What can we look forward to? I know we don't like looking ahead, right? We don't want to predict the future, but where do you see yourselves and where can we see Bob Jones at the end of this season?
I definitely want to see us in the state championship. I don't know about y'all, but I'm pretty tired of losing in the Elite Eight. So I just want to it's definitely important to have a vision, to have a goal, something to work towards. That's very important, especially if you want to reach it and do the right things to get there. So just keeping that in mind during practice, during what you eat, how you sleep, everything you do. Just keeping that in mind and working towards it every day.
Yeah.
And
for you, Elise?
I look back, I'm going to want to look back and say, wow, we put in all this hard work to get here and it's really paid off. I want to have a ring and yeah, I don't want to be in the same place as last year. I want to go farther.
Same question for you, Jay.
Y'all go see us winning at state. Y'all gonna see a hard-working team all around.
Coach, hearing that, we know what the standard is. Every team says that at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
I'm going to win the state championship. Yeah. But knowing you have an actual shot and then hearing your ladies say that and have confidence and say it, how does that make you feel going forward?
It made me feel great as a coach. I think that last year this time, I had a high expectation for us to go in and compete. But then you the little bitty things, the things that matter the most is how you prepare yourself mentally for a game. I don't think that my kids understood that last year. So this year, when it just comes to training, being prepared, it's less times that I have to redirect those type of behaviors. So I think mentally they're ready to go. And I think sometimes people get offended by you saying you want to win a state championship if that's your belief. But if I walk into here saying, "Oh, I'm gonna lose today," then what kind of mentality do I have? So I'm happy that my players have gained the confidence to think that they can compete for a state championship. Now, going out there and doing that is definitely the expectation and rising to the standard and taking accountability when you don't. And I think that's the main thing that all players need to work on is taking accountability when you don't do the right thing and how can you find a solution. So my solution is for us to win a state championship. But if that doesn't happen, how can what did I do and what did they do to cause that? And I think they're ready and prepared for that this year.
So pregame, listen, coach, and you included in this, coach. You can't skip this one.
Hold on,
Pregame.
he's trying to steal my question again. All right.
Okay.
So y'all pull out on Hughes Road in the bus.
Yeah.
Heading over to play y'all's rival on county line. What y'all bumping in the headphones to lock in?
Me? And then this is this is so terrible because that I am a young boy fan.
Oh no, not the coach.
My players, this is crazy. This is not a question you should ask me. Me, 39 years old, but I'm bumping young boy and probably Boss Man D-Lo on the way over. And my players can attest to that. I am a young boy fan, and I am a Boss Man D-Lo. Who else was I? Yeah, but that's about it. Huh? And Cardi B.
YB turn up.
I am a YB fan. I can't believe it. I'm gonna be listening to YB and Boss Man D-Lo and some Megan.
I can't be mad at that. What we got, Jay? What you listening to?
Lil Papa. Lil Papa, it's a rapper.
I don't know who that
Miss
is.
Barbara grandson.
Who is Lil? See, I am I don't know who Lil Papa is.
Yeah, that was I hadn't heard of that one. I had to look that one up. I had to play some of that.
No, I'm playing young boy.
Oh, you were in there with the crazies? Yeah,
She was on the floor.
No, you in the mosh pit. Oh yeah, that's a YB fan for you, but that's why. What you got, Ella? What you listening to?
I've been listening to a lot of rock and roll, and I also like rap. So I mean, like Boss Man, Young Boy.
Who? Okay.
Yeah, I like mystical and.
Man, Ella, that's what I'm talking about, man. That's what I'm talking about.
Ella's an old soul, y'all. She listens to everything. She usually control the aux in the gym. She's been playing volleyball. It's nothing. Ella just played in the state championship volleyball game yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think people know that she played volleyball this year, but she just got back and then she came to practice yesterday. Of course, she not against my will. She still came to practice. So I want to give her a little shout out for that because from playing volleyball and our volleyball team is really good. She was on varsity and they made it to the Final Four or Elite Eight in volleyball. And she played in Birmingham yesterday, so that's a great accomplishment.
That's what's up. That's dedication. And coach, last one. I've been in a situation where I lost 5 straight Elite Eights, right? When I was at Lanier, and I know the feeling, right? What is the one thing, and it's not one thing that can get you over the hump, right? But what is the one thing that you're focusing on this year that you say, okay, I'm gonna make sure I instill this to hopefully we can get over the hump this year?
I want to instill eliminating the what ifs and having clarity. You know, when you go out there with clarity, then your talent and everything will take care of itself. So what if I did this? No, be sure, do it, get it done, and that's what I want to instill in them. We're not going to do the what if I would have did this or what if I would have did that. We're gonna be sure. That's what I want to take out of this game this year.
Gotta love that. Well, hey, Coach, I want to thank y'all for coming out today to the 2nd annual iBall Radio North Alabama Media Day. We want to wish you guys a great luck on the season.
Thank you so much for having us.
No doubt. There it is. All right, there you have it, man. Bob Jones.
Yeah. Well,
And we're back here from the second annual iBall Radio North Alabama Media Day, here live from the campus of Alabama A&M, sponsored by Bo's Best Wings, Infinity Investor Group, Huntsville Nutrition, and Grind and Brews. And right now, bringing up the rear, we got JP2 and Coach Aaron Christian here. Coach, thanks for coming out today. Appreciate y'all coming out and being with us today at Media Day. Introduce the ladies that you have here with you today.
first, thanks for having us. This is a really great event. We appreciate you putting it on. To my left, we've got Bella Grant. She's a junior this year. Lauren Altman, another junior. And then Sarah Rolling, a freshman.
So, wow, all underclassmen, Coach. Kind of talk about it. Sounds like you might have a young team. Kind of talk about this year and some of your expectations going into the season.
Yes, sir. We got a lot of juniors. We got 6 juniors on the team this year. All of them have played varsity before. Sarah's a freshman. She played varsity as an 8th grader last year. So we've got a lot of young players, but a lot of young players with experience. The expectation for us this year is we've got to come in and build upon what we did last year. We didn't meet our expectations as a team last year. We've talked about it throughout the offseason. We know what we've got to improve on. We've spent all summer talking about it, coming into the fall. And it's just making sure we prepare ourselves every day on the court, off the court, mentally, physically, to go reach those expectations.
So, with you having a young team, even though they're young, they have experience. Kind of talk about how it's been for you to be able to implement what you need to implement and let them hear that natural voice that they need to hear to have success on the court.
Yeah, absolutely. So actually, Bella Grant, this will be her 5th year playing directly under me. So she's been hearing my voice for 5 straight years. Sarah's been around for a long time. All of them been around for a really long time. And so the message and the system has been clear. You know, you tweak things every year depending on who's there. Can't stay stagnant with what you're doing. But a lot of them understand just the basic, hey, every day we do this. This is what we do. This is how we do it. And just making sure we hit those commitments every day to make sure that every goal that we're putting in front of us, we go achieve. We're not putting something out there that we can't go achieve. It's something that we've all talked about. We know we can do it. And hey, it's every single day. Doesn't matter if you're a freshman, junior, senior. It's the same for every single person.
So saying that, Bella, like you say, you've been playing for him for 5 years and you're only a junior. Kind of talk about that and understanding what he wants out of you on a daily basis.
Yeah, so basically, I've been with him since my 7th grade year, and we were all in middle school. So a couple of us were on middle school and got pulled up to play JV. And yeah, it's been fun. He's always been the same way. Like, he's always expected a lot. He went from JV to being the varsity head coach. So he's always stayed the same person, and it's really fun. I've basically seen new people, and I've stayed with all my friends from all my other classes and stuff. So it's really fun being with him. Him being a coach is really good. He's really nice, but he pushes us and he knows what we need to do to win.
So Sarah, kind of talk about being the young person on, like, yeah, you're young, but you play varsity already. You already have that experience. Kind of talk about that and going into this year, how you want to elevate your game.
Yeah, I've been playing basketball for a while, so I know what I need to work on. Coach Christian has especially helped me work on that stuff, and he really pushes me to be my best self. Even though I'm young, he expects the same from me to a junior. He expects the same, which really helps me become the best version of myself. So, yeah.
Yeah. And Lauren, talk about what it's been like in the preseason, right? How are you guys been preparing to get ready for this season that kicks off in just over a week?
Yeah, I think it was really hard at first because we had a lot of volleyball players, but now since we've been getting back in the gym, we're just getting in the routine and doing a lot of conditioning and just meeting our goals every day and making sure we're locked in on what we're doing.
And Coach, talk about that challenge. Being at a smaller classification school, like we just had all these 6 and 7A schools come in, right? And they have so many players, and a lot of them don't play other sports, right? Kind of talk about you having girls that play all sports and your limited time in the gym. How do you navigate through that?
Yeah, I'm glad you asked that question. So we have 11 players on the varsity team this year. 7 of them play fall sports at the varsity level. We had 6 volleyball players and a cross-country runner. And this year in volleyball, Coach Macy Battle and her dad came in as the new coaches, and they really set a great tone. Volleyball just had the best season they've had in 10 years. as far as advancing to the regional. There's been a really good culture set that they've come in and really changed. And then our cross country team, I think they just won the 6A sectionals about 10 minutes ago.
Wow.
And that's where Annie, one of our juniors, is running right now. So with girls sports at JP2, there's been a lot of success. Last year, they were the 6A runner-up in cross country. Soccer won a state title, back-to-back years in the regional finals for volleyball. There's a lot of expectations there. And with Coach Miller coming in as the AD and our new administration, it's really set a tone of, hey, there's a certain standard, not just for basketball, but for every sport going forward. And I think that's really raised the level as volleyball coming into basketball. There is no drop off of what the expectation is any longer. The expectation is for everyone to come in and compete and make sure that we're a brand that people recognize on all levels.
All right, this question is for you, Altman. Everybody knows you're a superstar soccer player. How do you equate the two, going back and forth between basketball and soccer, and what helps you be so successful at both?
I think really just the commitment and making sure that I'm 100% in both sports and talking to the coaches and just giving my all on each sport to make sure that I'm the best I am.
And Coach, you mentioned it. Bringing a legend like Tim Miller in to run your athletic program, right? I don't care what anybody says. That's pressure having someone like that, right? Especially in the sport that you coach, right? Having him have so much success on the boys level, but more importantly at Jeff Davis in high school, and then coming to Hazel Green and winning, 7 straight championships. Kind of talk about having him come in and what's it been like and how the standard has changed.
First, he's been awesome. Nothing but supportive. You can come in and you can feel, fearful or afraid of that. But that's the greatest resource ever that just walked through the door. And if you feel any other way about it, then you're not thinking about it the right way. And he's come in, and ever since he came in July, just really changed the way that a lot of people in the community have thought about JP2. A lot of people just in the basketball world, like, we're invited to this year. Like, this is something, hey, I'm not sure we get invited in the past if we don't have him here. And it's a credit to him and a credit to the new administration that's there. But they're trying to make sure that athletics are the front porch of our school. And we get seen in a light that, hey, we take it seriously. We do. And we want to be good in athletics. And we're pushing to make sure that's what we are able to do. And he's doing that every single day with everything he puts forward. He's pushing that agenda. And like I said, he's been great to have around. I've spent a lot of time with him, and he's been nothing but good to me the whole time I've been here. So I'm excited to have him.
And this is for all 3 players. Talking about that success in all those other sports, right? All those other sports, winning it in soccer, runner-up in cross country. Kind of talk about what you guys want to do this year and how special you want to make basketball at JP2.
I think that all the success from the other sports is really affected the basketball team a lot. Everyone plays so many different sports on the basketball team that we want success just like them for basketball. And since we're all together and we all bond because we've all been playing with each other for so long, we all want the same thing, and it's to just keep pushing harder every day. So
I think we all just have a common goal of just getting better every day and working together, especially since we've been in other sports with each other, and we just want to see the best for basketball.
I think it's just really exciting for our team with this new administration coming in. They've really encouraged students showing up to the games, which really excites the team because we haven't had that in the past. Giving us the students free admission really has brought in a lot more students. So I think that's really exciting.
All right. You're in the bus. You're pulling out on Old Madison Pike. You're about to go play rival Westminster. You got your headphones in. What song you rocking to lock in before the game?
Okay, personally, I'm not a crazy rap or any of that kind of person when we play sports. I don't even know what I'd listen to. What would I even listen to? Country. I totally listen to country. Or okay, I like John Denver, and I know that sounds really old people.
To say that's a whole soul.
But I totally listen to either country or John Denver. So.
Oh no, Coach, you can't pass the mic. You can't pass the mic.
Yeah. Me, I like to get in probably a little bit of I listen to Young Thug, and then all the way on the opposite end of the all the way on the opposite end, I get a little bit of AC/DC, and then the Allman Brothers. So it's a wide
Hey,
mix.
coach all over the
Yeah,
place.
all over.
Coach all
Anything
over.
that gets the blood pumping, I'm good to go.
Indeed.
I don't know. I think probably some Queen and then probably some country, but yeah.
Yeah, not really like big into like the high music, more Taylor Swift kind of girl, you know. So yeah.
Hey, listen, whatever gets you going, gets you going. So, coach, now that you got your team, you guys are in the gym, you've been practicing a little bit. How do you feel about this season? Like, are you really excited that you know you can make a difference this year than you have in the past?
Yeah, I think the biggest difference between this year and last year is I think this group understands the goal more than we have in the past. They've been here, that we've got a sense of togetherness by building things throughout the summer where we're going down, we're staying overnight, we're playing places. And then they understand too, we've talked about what causes us success and what causes us failure. And to get into like the statistics of it, like our offensive rebounding percentage, they understand it's got to be better. Our turnover percentage, and then at the end of the day, we don't shoot well enough. Like when we didn't shoot well enough last year, and so the goal has been they've had their offseason shooting program coming in the fall, making sure they're getting the shots up, and winning in those areas and winning in the margins where we're going to create enough of a difference because we're not playing with a ton of size, and they know it, we know it, everybody we play knows it. And how do we create those advantages when we don't have it? This team reminds me of the team we had 2 years ago when we won the area tournament and went to go play Priceville in the sub-region. I think there's a scrappiness, there's a will, just that this team won't let bad things happen to them. We have a bad session in practice, the next one's great. We have somebody not have a great day, somebody picks them up. There's just a sense of this team won't allow itself to fail. And I think that between the girls we have and the adversities we've had, the girls themselves are the ones that are making the difference and have made the active change. I can do all these things and say everything. At the end of the day, they're the ones that have to go do it. And I have to give this group a lot of credit. They've showed up, they've been together, they've gone through hard things, and now they're coming out on the other side of it with what I expect them to have a really fun year. Hey, it might not look great all the time on the court as far as how we're having to play to overcome that size, but they're going to find a way. They're a great group.
That's so awesome, Coach. Well, kind of tell us where can they find you this year? What does the schedule look like, and when can they come out and watch? When do you guys open up first home opener?
We open up November 10th at home against the Cyber School, and then we play in the Huntsville Classic on Tuesday on Veterans Day against Spain Park. We got 4 games in our first week. We got a full schedule this year. We're going down to Panama City for a Thanksgiving tournament. Got a Christmas tournament at West Morgan. Got a lot of home games out at JP2. It's a really great environment. If you haven't been out there when that gym gets packed, it's a fun place to play. Yeah, but we'll be kind of all over, and we really hope that we'll be able to talk to you in February with a lot of good news.
And there it is, Coach. Well, I want to thank you guys for coming out today, man, to the 2nd annual iBall Radio North Alabama Media Day, and great luck on this season.
Appreciate you.
No doubt. There it is. And there it is, y'all. We will be back after this message from the 2nd annual iBall Radio